guys. This is gonna be a tutorial on how to do Valentine's Day cookies, requested by Ashenix. This is kind of belated, but yeah. Anyway, you're gonna need whatever colors you're gonna need for your icing, which is made out of TLS. I'm doing 3 different kinds, so I'm gonna have white icing with pink sprinkles, brown icing with red sprinkles, and pink icing with brown sprinkles. And as you can see, maybe you can't see, I got some blue in my pink by accident. Had a little accident in my drawer. And then I have some tan clay and a blade. Oh, and I'm going to use a really tiny heart-shaped cookie cutter, okay? So let's get started. Okay guys, I just took my roommate's lamp and plugged it in right next to me on the right side, so hopefully that'll shed some light on the subject and it'll be easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take some tan clay and you're going to separate it into 3 pieces. Well, I'm going to separate it into 3 pieces because I'm doing 3 different cookies, but you're only going to need a little bit, about that big. And, okay. So yeah, just make as many pieces as you're going to need for cookies. Again, I'm doing mine a little bit big because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so you have your tan ball. You're going to roll it out. And you're just going to squish it down a little bit to where it makes kind of the thickness of a cookie. And then you're going to take your small cutter. And I posted a link to the Sculpey artist that can teach you how to make these little cutters on my heart-shaped cake tutorial. Okay, so there's your little heart. I'm going to squish mine down to kind of round out the edges a little bit because, you know, I don't want it to be too sharp since they're cookies. Okay. I have a little brown up top on here, but that's okay because I'm going to put icing on it, so it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to use my white first. You're not going to need very much since this is a very small cookie. Just going to spread it up top. You don't want to cover the entire cookie though, because you know on real cookies, like, can still see some of the cookie part up top. Alright. Just seems like there's more on one side than on the other. Okay. Then make your sprinkles. I don't have very tiny micro marbles. You can possibly do this with very small micro marbles. My micro marbles aren't that small, but you can buy some in any color that you want, but or like little tiny beads. I don't have anything that tiny, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use clay. I'm rolling out a little tiny piece of pink clay into a very thin snake to where it looks like this. I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to cut a few little pieces that look like little sprinkles. You know how little sprinkles are like little logs almost? Little lines. And I'm just going to take my finger and put them on up top. And like I said, you can use micro marbles of any color. You can use little beads. I personally prefer clay. I think it looks more like real sprinkles, if you want to know the truth. Micro marbles are a bit round, so unless you're using rounded sprinkles, you know. But anyway. So there's one. Let's see if I can pick this up using my blade. Can you see that? Alright, and let's do another. Take your little tan clay and squish it down. Take your little small cutter and cut. You're just going to want to flatten it a little bit to make the edges less sharp. You might want to use your blade to pick up your little hearts and stuff like when you're making them, because they're going to be really tiny. The tinier the object, the harder it is to pick up. Okay, so then you got your cookie. I'm not worrying about color, like not texture. Well, yeah, texture and like putting chalk on it to make a color. So okay, so I have some brown, and I'm just gonna put that up top. This is like a fudge, I guess. My boyfriend just made brownies, so that's probably what I'm gonna go do after I finish making this tutorial. Is eat brownies. Actually, I really don't like brownies that much, but we didn't have cupcake mix. Cupcakes are my favorite. Okay, so now that I have some brown on there, have your icing. I'm going to use my blade to show you. Now I'm going to take my red. I'm going to use, and you're not going to need very much. Like literally, you're going to need tiniest itty bitty bit. And not eat, and then you're going to have some left over, like you can see with my pink. Take a little tiny ball. And watch out, because the color red is very, very highly pigmented, so as you can see, it's getting all over my fingers already, just from touching it that one time, which is crazy, but whatever. Really, you're probably only going to need about that much, like literally that much. You're not even going to need, probably not even that much, because you know the cookie isn't very big. So we're gonna cut some. I'm just gonna place them up top. You can mix and match the colors. You can do pink and white, pink and, you know, whatever. I'm just doing, you know, one color. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. It's really up to you. This is very, very similar to my Easter cookie tutorial. So here's your other little heart. Now for your very last one, I'm going to do it one more time for you guys. But it's going to be the exact same concept. Sorry, wrong word. We're going to take your tan, squish it. After this tutorial, y'all should know how to do Valentine's cookies by heart, because I'm doing so many. Okay, so I'm going to use your cutter. You squish it, squish it, squish it, squish it. And I'm going to try to avoid the blue. really mad that happened. I don't really know how that happened, but so I got a good bit on my, it's probably going to be too much actually because this is a very small cookie. You can make them as big or as small as you want them to be. Naturally, if you're doing them for a dollhouse, they're going to be small. So if they're for a dollhouse, you might want to make them even smaller than what I'm making them now. Okay, I'm actually at 10 minutes right now, so I'm gonna, you know what to do. So, just gonna let you have a look at these up close. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.